All right, first of all, support the channel. Okay, look, I talked about it. I went live the other night and I talked a little bit about it. You have a community on YouTube, okay, and these channels alone, they're pretty popular, but collectively they're very popular. And I don't understand why other channels like mine don't kind of collaborate with other channels that are like-minded like my channel. Well, I do. It's greed, it's intimidation, it's worry, it's whatever it may be. But here's the thing, and I don't mean to pander, but this channel, we're the real deal. There's no clickbait. I hardly monetize videos. It actually cost me money to run this channel. I don't make money on this channel. I spend money to do what I do. So enough of that, enough of that. So just support the channel, sub to the channel, whatever. That's all I ask, all right? Now, where do I begin? Look, Kovalev and Alvarez, okay, the fight coming up. We got the felony charges, we got the prediction, we got all of it. I don't know where to begin. So let me begin with the prediction, because I'm sure a lot of people that came to the channel, they want to hear that. So just some quick thoughts, okay? Alvarez. Okay, we'll start with Alvarez. I think he looked good on the outside, right? Beating Kovalev to the jab. He's undefeated. He's hungry. He lives a healthy life outside of the ring. And surprisingly, Alvarez was controlling range. Usually Kovalev controls the range. I think back to all the early Crusher fights, and that's how he dominated, was with the range, but he's pretty good on the outside. I think they both, to me, could be labeled like a boxer puncher, right? So it just seems, it seems like Alvarez was having success with the range, okay? Looking good on the outside, powerful jab. Now that jab was like popping Kovalev's head back, so I think we're going to see that in the rematch. And it looked like Kovalev was losing some of that fast twitch muscle. Like his reflexes seem to be slowing down to me. Maybe it's age, maybe it's train. I don't know what it is, but it's like you can just tell he's on the decline, in my opinion. Probably due to a lot of wear and tear inside and outside of the ring. And just bear with me. I'm going to make this quick because I want to get into the good stuff. I want to talk about the felony charges. So, like I said, I just think his reflexes, I think they're diminishing, they're slowing down overall. And I don't know, I don't know if he can take away that jab or not. I think Alvarez is going to use his jab on the outside, set up the right hand, set traps, basically trying to time Kovalev like he did in the original fight. And, y'all know, I think we'll most likely, kind of see the same fight that we saw in the first fight. Although I'm hearing from his coach, Buddy McGritt, that Kovalev is hungry, he's mad, he wants it, but we'll see, we'll see. That could all be talk. I don't really buy into what these coaches say anymore. So, and the thing is, I don't see a lot of inside fighting going on. I think it's going to boil down to who has the better jab. I hate to say that, kind of like Gennady Golovkin-Jacobs. Conditioning. We know boxing, to me, I always tell you guys, it is a cardio-first sport. And we know Kovalev, he's had trouble in the past with conditioning, cardio. If you remember, they brought a new strength and conditioning coach in back when he was with, what's his name, John David Jackson. Before that, he had another strength and conditioning coach. I think his name was Khan, and I actually interviewed the guy a long time ago. So, he has cardio issues. He does. So, I think the best chance Kovalev has in the fight is to become the crusher. Let his hands go. Hail Mary. You know what I mean? I just don't see it going down in any other way. I could be wrong, but this is boxing. You never know. I just think he needs to revert back to the old crusher and let his hands go. And remember, Kovalev hurt Alvarez a few times in the original fight. He was ahead on the scorecards when he got knocked out in the 7th round, or whatever round it was. I think it was round 7. So I want to see Kovalev make the adjustments if he gets in trouble. As far as Alvarez, he basically needs to do the same exact thing that he did before, but a little bit better. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's how I see the fight. I think, yeah, you have both guys, boxer punchers, and I think Alvarez was really good on the outside, and powerful jab. He was setting traps, he was timing them, he was controlling the range at times. At times, I realize what you guys are probably thinking. Oh, well, he was ahead on the scorecards, and, he got caught in round 7. And now Kovalev claims that he was overtrained, he was tired, he was this, he was that. But me personally, I'm tired of hearing excuses out of Kovalev. I'm just tired of it. So now, a lot of people talking about a fork in the road for Kovalev, right? Losing twice to Andre Ward, both of them highly controversial matches. what I thought was a robbery, followed by an early stoppage, especially in a championship fight. I don't think the ref should have stopped it in the second fight, but that's my opinion. Probably one of the worst stoppages in boxing. I mean, you let a fighter go out on their shield in a championship fight, right? Especially a body shot. It's not like Kovalev was in any danger of a serious head injury or anything like that. He was set up against the ropes, and Andre Ward was like leaning down on his back, and he wasn't in really any serious danger. So, and then the referee stopped it. I'm like, what the hell? And remember, this is Bird. This is what's his name, Robert Bird, which I believe is Adelaide Bird's husband. Okay, so how ironic is that? I could be wrong, but fact check me on that. I believe the referee was Adelaide Bird, the Miss 118-110, Gennady Golovkin, Canelo 118-110, Adelaide Bird. I believe her husband was the referee for the early stoppage. So anyway, after the two Andre Ward losses, Kovalev came back with 2 wins, and then of course a devastating loss against Alvarez. That was like the underdog fight of the year, and here we are, rematch. Okay, they had a rematch clause, and here we are. But will this be the crusher we saw against Caparello, Bernard Hopkins, Pascal, twice? I think they fought twice, right? I don't know. We'll see. The last fight was in, August 2018. And now we're coming up February 2019 for the rematch, okay? Now, Alvarez, he's got a couple of good names on his resume, Butte, Chilemba, Pascal, and of course Kovalev, and actually that's a pretty impressive lineup when you think about it. I mean, it's a very impressive lineup, but what has me wondering is that 50% knockout ratio, right? Alvarez, 34, not a spring chicken, okay? I mean, was that like the best performance of his life? Are we going to see it again? I don't know. So, Alvarez only had 1 knockout in his last 6 fights. So that tells me a lot too. 1 knockout in his last 6 fights. Like, wow. I actually looked that up, and, his power, he seems to have power, but when you look at the numbers, it doesn't really line up. It doesn't really line up. But, so, I don't know. So, is he the product of a puncher's chance? Is Kovalev falling off? I don't know. So, here we go. Okay, the felony charges. Let's talk about them. I tried to rush through it as quick as I can. So, in a recent interview with ESPN, they talked about Kovalev. He had a wreck. Okay, apparently he wrecked his BMW into a tree, into a forest, or something like that. And then he goes to like a monastery, talks to a priest, asking for like direction in his life, trying to find guidance where he goes, and I don't know if that's like his lawyers made him do that. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's really weird to me that you go visit a monk, and talk to a monk. I thought that was kind of odd, but, basically trying to figure out who he is and where he should go in his life. So the dude has been doing some serious soul searching, apparently. He's also denied any allegations of alcohol abuse, things like that. So now, let's talk about the felony assault. Okay, first of all, I went to YouTube, I typed in Kovalev felony assault, and the entire LDBC whatever community had probably 20 different videos bashing, dogging, ripping, destroying Kovalev, but yet they continue to praise Mayweather, okay? They praise Mayweather, a convicted woman beater. Now, I'm not standing up for Kovalev, but just hear me out, okay? Mayweather had countless assault charges that we know of, okay? Who knows how many unknown incidents there are that we don't know of? And it just goes to show, the biased way of thinking on these channels. Like, I certainly don't support a woman beater, but his court date is in March, and I think we should let it play out before we start pointing fingers. I believe in due process. I believe you are innocent until you're proven guilty. Okay, Mayweather proven guilty, right? Went to jail. But, like I said, we know the outcome of Mayweather. We don't know the outcome of Kovalev. The incident took place 2 months before the Alvarez fight in June of 2018. So this took place a while back. The woman claims to have a broken nose, some type of neck injury, something like that. Apparently, Kovalev came on to her at a party in Big Bear. She rejected him, and he followed her back to the cabin at some type of resort they were at, some type of party. Allegedly punched her in the face. And according to Kathy Duva, he's 100% innocent. He'll be cleared of all charges. So there's just a lot more to the story. So honestly, I don't know what happened, but we'll soon find out. But like I said, the court date is in March, like a month after the Alvarez fight. So apparently, like I said, Kovalev tried to have sex with a woman. They got into some type of altercation. The dog tried to attack Kovalev, according to the woman. Kovalev kicked the dog in the chest, punched the lady after a night of drinking. Now, is it true? I don't know. If it is true, I'm no longer a Kovalev fan. You know, I think they should bury his ass under the jail if it is true. But like I said, I believe in due process. We simply don't know. We don't know. But apparently the woman is some type of model, you know, air quote, which I think she's like a porn star or something like that. I mean, I don't know, chasing money. That's what they claim. They claim that she's chasing money, and she's an opportunistic, you know, money chaser, you know, an ambulance chaser, basically, like a lot of YouTube channels. So, you know, so look, I mean, she could have attacked him. They could have butted heads. She could have been in a drunken stupor. Who knows what happened? You know, we just got to let it play out. You know, let's see what happens in the court date, and then pass judgment, and then pass judgment. So, you know, I don't know. And wasn't it? I thought Kovalev was like married with a kid or something like that, because I remember, I know he has a son, because I remember, you know, the whole thing with Pascal and the shirt and the banana and all that. I think that was his son that was there in the picture with him. So I thought he was like married with a kid, you know. So why is he out chasing hookers in the middle of the night in a drunken stupor, you know? And they even said Kovalev was like hiding in the bushes. She called the cops the next morning. I mean, what the hell is going on with this guy? So you know, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Until I get the facts, I'm not going to, you know, brand him one way or the other. But I will say, you know, if he is guilty, then yeah, I mean, I'll dog on his ass, because that's not right. You know, it's not right. But it doesn't look good. I mean, you know, let's be hypothetical for a minute. You know, I'll play devil's advocate. It doesn't look good. You know, he's been accused of drinking, having a temper, you know, racist, not being good to John David Jackson. You know, so there's been a lot of accusations, but apparently Kathy Duva, Buddy McGritt, the new coach, they claim she's just a gold digger looking for money, and he will be found innocent. Like, apparently they're very confident. So I don't know, you know. Now, what I don't want to see is, I don't want to see, like, you know, some kind of, like, you know, payoff or whatever, where they're going to pay this lady off and we don't really know what exactly happened. You know, she agrees to like a non-disclosure contract or whatever, you know, a keep quiet contract. I don't want to see that, because then to me that makes them look guilty. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. We will see. You know, but my prediction is I don't have Kovalev winning. You know, Buddy McGritt, he said he hasn't even watched the knockout loss, which, do I believe that? I don't know. His new coach, I think this is like, what, second or third coach he's gone through, Kovalev. And, you know, we've heard that other coaches like Abel Sanchez said he won't train him because he won't listen. He's too hard-headed. He's you know, too much ego. You know, his temper is bad, that kind of thing. So, you know, I don't know. I think after the Andre Ward losses, I mean, that took a lot out of him, you know, spiritually and mentally, and I don't know what he has left in the ring. And Alvarez seems to be hungry, living a healthy lifestyle. He doesn't have all this drama going on in the background, you know. So, yeah, I see another upset, you know, but I could be wrong, you know. That's all right. If I'm wrong, it'd be, you know, it's the time that I would like to be wrong. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that I'm happy to be wrong if I'm wrong, but I have Alvarez winning and Kovalev losing. Now, I don't know, maybe, you know, who knows? It might be decision. It might be a stoppage. I don't know. I simply don't know. But Kovalev, he doesn't look to be in the greatest of shape to me. You know, his coach doesn't seem to have a whole lot of confidence in him. Like when they interview Buddy, you know, he just looks dead in the eyes. Like they both look kind of dead in the eyes. I don't see the enthusiasm. I don't see the excitement. I don't see that sense of urgency. I just think they're surrounded by problems and, you know, past, you know, skeletons that they can't move forward. You know, it's like they're in the mud, and that's kind of how I see it. But anyway, guys, what do you think? Leave it below.